Lucy's Picture by Nicola, illustrated by Ayliffe. My grandpa's coming to visit today, said Lucy. How nice, said Mrs. Kelly. Now take a seat because we are all going to do some painting. Can I do a picture for Grandpa? Asked Lucy. Of course you may. Lucy looked at the big sheet of white paper in front of her. Can't you think of what to paint, Lucy? Asked Mrs. Kelly. What would your grandpa like? Something nice and bright? Look at all these lovely colors. Lucy looked at the red and the yellow and the sky blue paints. They're not right, she said. May I use the glue? May I stick things on to make a picture? You mean a collage? Of course, but you'll have to sit at another table. There's not enough room here. Looks like they have lots of fun things there. Lucy took her paper to an empty table in the corner. She went and found a bottle of glue, some scissors, and a box of scraps. Lucy loved Mrs. Kelly's box of scraps. She liked plunging her hands deep in the box and feeling with her eyes shut. Oh, looks like they have lots of cool colors in there. Do you think that's fabric or do you think that's paper? Maybe it'll tell us on the next page. Lucy started her picture. She cut some soft green velvet, ooh, that sounds like fabric, into curvy mounds for hills and stuck them on the paper. She made a lake out of the blue shiny stuff and put it in between the hills. Then she found some flowery dress material. Grandpa has flowers like this in his garden, Lucy told Mrs. Kelly. Lucy cut around the flowers and stuck them in little clumps along the edges of the lake. Her picture is starting out awesome. At recess, Lucy was too busy to play. Instead, she collected twigs, leaves, and 2 small feathers. Then she filled her empty juice cup with sand from the sandbox. At last, it was time to go inside. Ooh, she even gathered things from outside for her picture. Now Lucy was even more excited about Grandpa's picture. She made him a tree out of the twigs and the leaves and stuck the feathers on the end of a branch. Then she squeezed a long, winding ribbon of glue over the hills and sprinkled sand over the glue to make a path. Wow, she has some cool ideas. My grandpa's got a dog, Lucy told Mrs. Kelly. She's called Honey because that's what color she is. When Mrs. Kelly wasn't looking, Lucy trimmed a piece of her own hair and glued it to the dog that she had made from a piece of paper. Ooh, I'm sure Mrs. Kelly would not have liked her cutting her hair. That's lovely, Lucy, said Mrs. Kelly when it was story time. She put Lucy's picture safely on the side to dry along with all the paintings. Lucy couldn't wait to go home. She hadn't seen Grandpa in a long time. So this one is hers right here. So many cool things on there. Her mother was waiting as usual, but today there was someone with her. Grandpa! Cried Lucy. She nearly knocked him off his feet. Hard time turning that page there. I made you a picture, Grandpa. Look! Lucy grabbed her blind father's hand and guided it over her picture. These are hills, and here's the road. Grandpa touched the picture carefully. A tree, a bird, and what's this? It feels like your hair, Lucy. That's Honey, said Lucy, smiling. How clever. What a wonderful surprise. It's the best picture I've ever seen. Check that out. Isn't it so cool? And her grandpa, who couldn't see, could feel it with his hands because it was things that she glued on there so he could feel it. Remember the path with the sand and the lake and the flowers and the dog and the tree? Very cool. And hand in hand, Grandpa and Lucy and her mother walked home. The end.